Welcome to 5 Good Minutes.
You're listening to today's inspirational message on the book of Ecclesiastes
With Brady Randall.
Nice guys always seem to finish last. Did you ever hear that statement? This is the idea that says that the good people in life seems to always draw the short end of the stick, while the cheaters or the bad people, the wicked, seem to flourish. Life isn't fair. Steroid users in sports who get away with it and then make millions of dollars, while the players who never cheated, they don't get compensated in the same way or even necessarily win. Or maybe you feel like you've always tried to be a person who's walked with integrity, play by the rules, and you thought you'd been in a different season of life by now. But here you are. You seem to be suffering or going backwards, and evil people seem to be prospering. You know people who cheat on their taxes, and even though you don't, you can't seem to catch a break financially. Or maybe you know a mom who's always complaining about her kids and how fed up she is, and you'd like nothing more than to just simply be a mother, but you can't get pregnant. Or maybe you know someone who sleeps around and he just got engaged, and you're someone who treats women with respect, but you can't even seem to get a date. Or maybe there's someone you work with who's always late and you're always picking up his slack, and he's the one who gets the promotion while you get looked over. Life isn't always fair. And Solomon, or the teacher, makes this observation in Ecclesiastes 8, verses 10 to 14. Then too I saw the wicked buried, those who used to come and go from the holy place and receive praise in the city where they did this. This too is meaningless. When the sentence for a crime is not quickly carried out, people's hearts are filled with schemes to do wrong. Although a wicked person who commits 100 crimes may live a long time, I know that it will go better with those who fear God, who are reverent before him. Yet because the wicked do not fear God, it will not go well with them, and their days will not lengthen like a shadow. There is something else meaningless that occurs on the earth. The righteous who get what the wicked deserve, and the wicked who get what the righteous deserve. This too, I say, is meaningless. Again, you know this intuitively. You've seen it. Life isn't fair. Wicked people who live a wicked life were buried with praise at times. Have you seen this happen? Have you ever been to a funeral memorial service where someone who you had very little respect for, they were praised as if they were a great king, some sort of hero? Or maybe a person, verse 12, who commits 100 crimes and lives a long time, and yet they seem to keep getting away with it. This is meaningless. Also, when the righteous get what the wicked deserve and the wicked get what the righteous deserve, all of it is vanity. And if this life is all that we have, then I would agree it is senseless, because justice is not always rendered fairly, as we know. But the teacher makes one more point in verse 13. Because the wicked do not fear God, it will not go well with them. Their days will not lengthen like that of a shadow. And this is a general statement and generally true, but not always, as sometimes the wicked do live a long time and seem to prosper. So rather than trying to completely understand the meaning and the timing of the fairness of God, he instructs two things that I think are helpful to the rest of us. And that is this: it will go better for those who fear God and are reverent before him, verse 12, meaning that it's better to walk with God in his ways and then leave all the consequences up to him. And then the second thing is this gem in verse 15, where he says, I commend the enjoyment of life, because there's nothing better for a person under the sun than to eat and drink and be glad. Then joy will accompany them in their toil all the days of their life that God has given them under the sun. So because we do not have the mind of God, we can't see how everything is unfolding or fitting together. Leave the end result up to God, and you and I enjoy life. How many times do we fret and stew over things that we have no control over? We let people irritate us because of how they act and how they talk and respond. And instead, we're encouraged today, let the joy of the Lord accompany you and I as we fear and revere God. And let your soul become lighter, leaving God's business to God. The wicked will not prosper in the end. Their day is coming. But may instead it be said of you and I, you and me, may it be our aim that as for me and my house, we will fear the Lord.
Thanks for joining us here today. There's a lot of great content to explore on Orchard Hill Plus and on the Orchard Hill main feed from the weekend. Have a great day.